From Cliff Castle Casino, we're here for what may be the title match of today's JBT event in the Scratch Division, as it's the debut of our Super Survivor format. There's 3 bowlers left in the Scratch Division: Cortez, Schenck, Jakob, Butturff, and Joe Lewandowski. Any of the 3 of them could still win the tournament in this game, or we might need an additional game to determine the winner. It's a brand new format. We'll try and keep you up with the details on it as we go here. Total pinfall still matters, even though it's a Survivor type tournament. We'll talk about that as we go. That's Lewandowski's 4th frame there. It's a spare working. Jakob's the only one who's got a double at all, so he's got spare double for 3, and now he's shooting in the 4th. He's also got the advantage in this scenario because he's the overwhelming overall pinfall leader. So he comes up high on a very, very tricky pattern today, by the way. Minus 72 cut today compared to minus 3 in the Scratch Division yesterday. Here are those total pinfalls right now. You see Jakob sitting at plus 170. That's for 8 games at this point, while Joe at 36 and Tez at 8. How it works is exactly like this here. Bowling 1 game in this round, the low game and the lowest pinfall overall total are 2 different people. Whoever isn't that person wins the whole tournament. If the low game and the low overall pinfall are the same person, 1 additional game will have to be played after this for the title. That's how that works. If you follow that all at home, you're doing pretty well, because it is a little bit complicated. But it's a great way of doing our Survivor format, which is very popular, but still making your overall pinfall for the day matter a heck of a lot more than it does in regular Survivor. So we kind of like it. You're going to be seeing a lot early in this first month of the season, as most of the conferences will be doing a Super Survivor tournament early on. So we'll tell you more about how the scenario shapes up once we get towards the second half of this game. We'll be able to pin down the possibilities from about 9 different scenarios down to just a couple once we see where people are standing. Jakob with the big advantage because he can't fall out on total pinfall. He can have the low game this round and still be eliminated from the tournament. So it's a hybrid of Survivor and a straight pinfall tournament. Over here in the handicap division, there's 6 bowlers remaining. We got Ashley Lamb still at it at 5 years old. We got Bung, Schultz, Zentz, Healy, and Allie Mae. Those are your 6 finalists over in handicap. They're going to cut down from 6 to 3 during this game. So 2 bowlers will be eliminated but still make the top 5. Of the crowd, I believe Ashley and Allie are the only ones that have titles. And Ryan. Ryan has a title, Desert Open. So half with titles, half without. So all Jakob has to do to stay alive is not shoot the lowest game. He doesn't have to worry about pinfall because he cannot be caught there with that pinfall difference as it is. We had a 14-year-old winner yesterday in the Scratch Division, Austin Thompson. Cortez is 13 years old. You can play bowlers as old as 22 on our tour. So youth being served yet again. Age simply not the factor. It's all about talent and knowledge. I openly defy anybody who says it is. Is it a factor? Of course. Lewandowski, a freshman at U of A, the correct Arizona school, while Jakob, a Las Vegas bowler. See Schenck switches to hard and straight at the spare shot. Oh, and just barely hard and straight enough. Cortez missed a 6-pin yesterday that cost him the finals. I don't know if that was in the back of his head right there, but he barely shaved that one off. Over here to the left, we got Megan Carlson and Alexis Atkin bowling the Women's Series title match. And right now it's Carlson in command, as Alexis did not like this pair last game and doesn't like this pair right now. As Carlson just has to stay clean and not drop 3 pins a count and she'll have it. She spares a 10-pin. The best Alexis can do is 177. Megan going at a 180 pace. So lots of action going on right here. Great turnout, great time at Cliff Castle once again. One of our favorite stops of the year. Make sure you watch our YMCA video. It was, I have to say, the best YMCA video we've ever had. You'll see why if you watch it. The players had to play the deep outside, the far outside line today. The straighter through to the break point and the further right you were, the better your ball reaction was today. So you had to adjust your game to the pattern. If you tried to fight it, you were done bowling about 3 hours ago. Alexis didn't get the strike in the 10th, so Megan Carlson's going to win the women's series event today. This time Tez does flag the 6-10. Remember, Tez trails Joe by 28 pins in overall wood. Megan misses the spare, but Megan Carlson wins the women's series today. That a girl, very nice. And her knee is still intact. Look at that knee, what a knee. All right, way to go, Megan. Catch a little more handicap action. Brandon Ely, a local bowler, doing well. I think his best Cliff Castle result. Meanwhile, Joe left that 2-8-10 that turned into an 8-10. Yeah, every pin, you never know what's going to happen. He trails Tez by only 9 pins, so Jakob is cruising right now. He's in the 2-10s. Will stay in the 2-10s if he can make that 7 pin. So he's going to get the high game this game. So he is either going to win the tournament or be in the title match. Big shot here by Tez. So again, here's the scenario. Jacob's set to advance through this round. If Tez's overall pinfall stays below Joe's, it's over. If Tez also has the lowest game, or doesn't have the lowest game. See, now I blew that, didn't I?
So Tez needs to beat him, but not enough to keep him over.
Exactly.
So Joe's got to put something in.
In order, Jakob is in no matter what. In order for this to go to another game, the lowest game this game and the lowest overall total must be the same person. As Butturff just on cruise control. A temporary glitch in the Butturff train yesterday as Austin Thompson beat him, but he's right back here. He won last year at Cliff Castle.
So close.
Sure does. Tez has got 130 and I mean if he can spare this bucket.
He's impossible.
If he does spare it, Joe would trail by 8, but working on a strike can take the lead score-wise this game in the ninth.
Big.
Uh-oh. He wants it to wheel. It did. What a great shot by Lewandowski right there, yeah. He knows that was a big one. So now Tez really needs to spare this bucket. I can't believe he's hooking it at it. And the chop is the direct result of that, and a sarcastic thumbs up from Tez. I'm really surprised he hooked the ball at that bucket. Brutal lane conditions, you want to go as straight as possible, even though you got to carry out that back pin. So once again, in order for there to be another game, the same bowler has to be the lowest score this game and the lowest overall pinfall. And unfortunately for Tez, that's... Oh, so he gets a huge runaway Brooklyn to stay alive. So if Lewandowski stays ahead of Cortez on the scoreboard,
then there's another game.
Then there's another game.
If Tez doubles and Joe opens, then it's over.
Tez doubles here and Joe opens. Jacob's already won the tournament. So Jakob does his job. Just a matter of seeing if the other two will end it here or, of course, one more for the title.
Imagine sitting here thinking, I can win if this happens.
It's impossible not to root for a player here. It's high. Oh, and the 4-6-7. Are you kidding me? All right. Tez has 159 with the spare. Joe has 2 out for 158. If you're Joe, you have to wait to see what Tez does on this shot.
All he needs to mark and it's over.
Right, but it's... Uh-oh. All right. If Tez spares this, Tez wins the game, which would end the tournament and give it to Jakob. So oddly enough, this spare is for a title for Jakob Butturff, right?
That is awesome.
How about that?
Now if he wins the game, he finishes second, right?
Right.
So he obviously wants to make it. It's not like he wants.
Yeah, he hasn't, which is a good point. He has incentive to make it here. Unless Joe can come up with a miracle here and spare the 4-6-7.
Good luck bouncing something here. Bounce.
Didn't happen.
Good getting 2 though, for sure.
Mr. Temmett's second and third. Cortez spares it. We're done.
That's unreal. Don't be dumb, Tez.
The best he could do was spare that up. And that's where we are. So, wow. Jakob Butturff wins another JBT title. We'll be back with our handicap division title match.